What's up, YouTube? It's Christopher. Today we're going to take a look at the Lancelot distortion and boost pedal from Dr. J, which is Joyo pedals if you don't know. This pedal was stupid cheap. It was 58 bucks, and I think it sounds excellent. It's got two different flavors of distortion on there. It's got two different ways that you can boost. If you look at the pedal here, this side's the boost. This side's the distortion. Here's the level of the boost. Doesn't have to go very high because this thing boosts pretty amazingly. It's got two different ways that you can boost it. You can put the boost before the, put the distortion before the boost, which is the way that I use it, or you can put the boost before the distortion. I found that when you put the boost before the distortion, which is this one, it doesn't get you much more volume. It just kind of pushes the gain up a little bit, and you don't get a big volume boost. But if you have it the way I have it set here, which is the distortion then the boost, it boosts up the entire signal, and it works really well. Works great without the distortion on too as a clean boost, and I'll show you how it works. So right now I have it enabled. I'm going to shut it off so you can hear my main clean tone. And my clean tones are being generated by my Fender Super Champ X2, and I'll let you guys see the settings that I'm using. Here's my clean channel where my volume's at for the room. Here's my channel 2 settings, and you can see that I have the treble and the bass both up at around 7. My effects is on reverb only, and it's set pretty low. Okay, so that's what the amp is set to. So back to the pedals here. Get my frame back. So you can see I also have a noise gate in line. So this is like the cheapest little pedal board that you could put together. You know, this tuner over here cost me something like 16 bucks off of Amazon, and it works fantastic. You know, you turn it on, it also works as a mute, so the amp doesn't get any signal. But it works fantastic. It's nice and bright. You can see it really, really well from the floor. It's got multiple different, options that you can use. I'm using A440 as standard. Okay, so noise gate, turn it off. I get no hiss because I'm on my clean channel. But if I turn on the gain, I still get no hiss because I'm using very little bit of gain on here. If I turn that up, it gets a little hissy. Now if I turn this off and I turn on channel 2 on the amp here, still kind of low volume so you don't get too much hiss. Actually, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Swapping back and forth there between the two channels. Now if I have it on channel 2 and I also engage the distortion, I'm still at pretty low hiss. But if I don't want any hiss at all, I just enable this noise gate, and there's zero hiss to speak of. It kills it. So it's really a nice little noise gate pedal. That thing cost something like 20 bucks. Or 30 bucks rather. So it's really cheap off of Amazon, I'm not an affiliate, so I don't have Amazon affiliate links underneath or anything like that. But let's go through the pedal. I've been talking for far too long. I know everybody's going to complain about it. So here's my clean tone. I'm sorry, I'm on channel 2. Back to channel 1 here, my clean tone. I'm going to switch to my second position on my guitar here. I'm using again my Sterling Luke with DiMarzio humbuckers. Beautiful little clean tone. Now the way that I'm using this, these are the settings I'm using when I play with it live, which I haven't done yet because it's 2020 and who plays live right now. But when I'm in my band, this is how I'll have it set. And when I turn on the first gain here, it's not very much. It just kind kind of gives a little bit of a break up to the clean channel when I'm in position 2 on my pickups. If I engage my humbuckers fully, I get a little bit more gain. So it's a really nice, crunchy tone. So now if I want to get more gain and get that heavier tone, I just go to channel 2 on the amp. I don't have a foot switch for that right now, but I switched over to channel 2 and now I have this gain. So I get a good punchy gain that I can do some, chunky riffs with. And that's with the pedal distortion turned on and the distortion from channel 2 on the amp. Now if I turn off this is the distortion that I get from the amp. Which I think it's on number 12, which is the British amp from Fender. And by itself, it's a little boomy on the low end. But when I engage this, I get more gain and it gets away from some of that boom. It kind of puts in a little bit more top end and a little bit more high mids, and I really dig the tone. It does a really cool thing with my neck pickup. It gets very smooth sounding, almost Eric Johnson-esque. So it's a really cool lead sound. I love it a lot. So the other part of this is the boost, right? So I'm not sure how easy you're going to hear this through YouTube's compression, but it boosts a lot. Can't really hear it. I'm going to switch over to my clean so you can hear it better. But back to channel 1. It does a really good job of boosting. I have a very precarious setup here with my pedal board kind of at an angle, resting against some stuff, so it's trying to slide around. I apologize. But amazing little pedal. So let's hear the differences when I start turning some of these knobs around here. So here's just the distortion. So my neighbors don't punch me. So that's what this setting here. So output does exactly what you think it's going to do. It changes the volume. So you can almost use that as a boost by itself. Just moving the output above halfway gives you more than what the amp is actually doing. So when you put this above center, your output is higher than what the amp is putting, so it's kind of acting as a boost right there. Then you have another boost if you want your cleans to be, lower volume, I guess. But I like to use it right around halfway. Now, as far as the tone goes, gain will go all the way down. gets you some serious gain. So the pedal itself has a crazy amount of gain in it. I think that's insane sounding. That's a lot of really good sounding gain to my ears. I personally don't like to, I'm not going to use it that way. I like it a little bit less gain here. Now the other gain stage that it has is this guy here. You can change the clip. So right now I think it's like a LED clip, and then if you switch it over it's a diode, or vice versa. I'm not sure which is which, but you get a more of that solid state kind of distortion. So if you hear it here, so it clips a little brighter, which on this one I'd want my tone down a bit. Right? So you get some crazy gain out of that too. If you turn this down. You'll notice that this one, when it's on the left, you get more volume. If it's on the right, I end up having to turn the output up a bit. I think the left, to my ears, is more of a pleasing, kind of a creamier distortion. That's something that I prefer. I do also like the other side as well, just for different types of music. I'm going for kind of a rock / hard rock tone in the band that I'm playing in. So that's what this little pedal does, and I think it sounds fantastic. Cheap little noise gate next to it keeps it nice and quiet. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course it's going into the Fender Super Champ X2, which takes these kinds of pedals really well. And let me know in the comments what you think of the sound of this little guy. For 58 bucks, I don't think you can beat it. And you know, this whole little rig right here, I spent 300 bucks. It was $299 for the head, and then 30 bucks, 60 bucks, and then 18 bucks. So we got, you know, 90, 110 we'll say, and then 300, so 410 bucks, and you get a tube amp that's plenty loud to play in a band, with a multiple gain options that you can use here. So you can get a myriad of sounds out of here. If you want to play straight up metal out of this thing, it's totally doable. You just crank this guy up. So you can get plenty of gain out of this guy, but I like the lower gain tones out of it a lot, so that's how I'm going to use it. But let me know in the comments what you thought, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, YouTube. Peace.